But first, we begin with our top local story, Campaign 2010, the Providence mayoral debate. Tonight, the candidates went head-to-head on the hot topics affecting you. Stephen Constantino, Angel Tavares, John Lombardi, Jonathan Scott, and Christopher Young are all vying to succeed Mayor David Cicilline. And tonight, they faced off live right here on Fox Providence for the very first time. We have live in-depth team coverage for you. Tim White served as moderator and has analysis of how the candidates did. Well, let's begin with Walt Buteau, who joins us now live outside the Providence Performing Arts Center with the highlights.
5 candidates want to win the right to run this somewhat troubled city. 5 candidates, but really 3 frontrunners.
Leadership of Mr. Lombardi, who's overseeing.
Candidate Young painted the frontrunner's experience with a broad, bad brush.
No wonder why Mr. Tavares wants arbitration. Most of his campaign contributions come from law firms, and we're trying to go up against a big machine has blanketed the city with signs and doesn't really represent the people.
Tavares, for the most part, ignored Young, focusing on the other 2 frontrunners.
There's a big difference. And
Constantino and Lombardi, he says, are the problem. Tavares pushed his own success as a potential blueprint.
I want to make sure that the young people in our schools, a lot of whom look like me, have that same opportunity. I want to make sure that people have a chance to work and raise their family with dignity.
But the candidates with elected experience did not shy away from it.
I did the type of things that were not very popular in terms of straightening out the budget mess, in terms of doing pension reform 4 times in the last 4 years. So I think I have a history of saying no when you have to say no.
I'm the only one to prove a track record of making cuts, standing up to the union, standing up to managerial, standing up to the executive branch of government.
All 5 claim they have the tools to fix the city's issues, included the unfunded pension and the potential budget holes.
I'm the only person.
One Democrat will face independent John Scott in November.
We've had plenty of years of leadership that have gotten us into this trouble. Maybe it's time to kind of check out the other side and see what other folks have to offer.
And with only 3 weeks before Election Day, those 3 frontrunners will be trying to separate themselves from each other. We'll keep you posted. Live in the mobile newsroom in Providence, Walt Buteau, Eyewitness News.
Tonight, we want to know, were there any winners, were there any losers, and did anyone really surprise? We're analyzing the performances of the candidates with the help of our political analyst. Target 12 investigator and moderator of tonight's debate, Tim White, joins us now live in Providence with more insight on how the candidates look. Tim?
Well, Mike, walking away from a debate, sometimes it is clear which candidate was the winner, which is the loser. But after tonight's Providence mayoral debate, our political analyst says that answer is blurry. What about the existing rank?
Tonight's live Eyewitness News debate between the 5 candidates for mayor of Providence was one of the few televised debates before the September 14th primary. Eyewitness News political analyst Joe Fleming says, considering that, it may have been a missed opportunity.
The perception around the city is simply that it's a very close race between Mr. Tavares, Mr. Constantino, and Mr. Lombardi. There's been no public polls on this, so nobody knows for sure. But if that perception is true, none of the 3 of them pulled away from the others.
Often in debates, the candidate who fields the most attacks is the perceived frontrunner. Fleming says that didn't happen tonight.
All 3 of them are sort of the front runners for the primary. I think it's a very close race going down the stretch.
Even though independent John Scott had a strong night, Fleming says it'll be an uphill battle once the voters decide among the 4 Democrats.
I think what's going to happen, whoever comes out ahead on September 14th is going to be the overwhelming favorite in November.
It may have been merely a stunt on live television, but the most notable moment came when Chris Young proposed to his girlfriend in his closing statement.
The only question I have for you is, should he have done it at the beginning?
I don't know. I mean, he got people's attention when he did that.
Well, Fleming says the other surprise came when most of the candidates answered the questions fairly directly. He says it's a political rarity in live televised debates. Live from the Providence Mobile Newsroom, Tim White, Eyewitness News.